Well, as floodwaters recede, the full extent of heavy rains across Western Europe is being revealed. More than 180 people have died in the region and dozens more remain missing. Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel visited one of her country's worst affected areas on Sunday. She said the damage to local communities was surreal. TRT World's Sibel Karkus was in Schuld and sent us this report.
This is what Germany's worst flooding in decades has left behind. Masses of water have turned the small western village of Schuld into a heap of rubble, leaving residents with no homes to return to and no businesses to run.
We had a pizzeria here. Our business is gone. Our home is gone. It's all gone. But I'm happy. My children, my husband, we're all alive.
More than 1,300 people are still missing, and the death toll is rising every day since the states of North Rhine-Westphalia and Rhineland-Palatinate were left devastated. Those who survived have come back, trying to recover what's left of their belongings.
I just tried to get a few pieces out of the wardrobe, even though I'm not allowed to enter the house due to risk of collapse.
Tina Pohlmann had no insurance. She estimates her personal damage at more than $70,000. Others are working hand in hand, hoping these buildings will soon again be habitable. Just 3 days after the massive floods, cleanup work here in Schuld is in full progress. But as the massive water has also washed away residents' livelihoods, returning to normality will take some time. And to do so, residents say they need aid now. In a show of support on Sunday, Chancellor Angela Merkel visited the devastated village.
I have come here today, and especially to Schuld, with the Prime Minister of Rhineland-Palatinate, to make it clear that we on the federal side naturally want to get a real picture of the, shall I say, surreal, ghostly situation.
She promised her cabinet would approve an immediate and medium-term financial aid program on Wednesday. But many here wonder when they will receive it and if it will be enough to help them rebuild.
Let's get more on this now with Sibel Karkus, who's in Schuld, Germany, one of the hardest hit areas by the flooding. Hi, Sibel. Looking at the destruction behind you, it really is surreal, as Chancellor Merkel has said. Just the extent of the destruction and the disruption to the lives of millions of people in that area. Can you just tell us what's the latest in terms of the recovery and rescue effort there?
Well, rescue and cleanup works here in Schuld have been gaining pace, but the destruction here is really massive. As you can see behind me, these massive floods have even exceeded the height of this bridge, destroying entire homes. As you also saw in the package there, people I spoke to, they say they have no more businesses to run anymore. And many people I spoke to also didn't even have an insurance, as they never thought such a destructive flood could happen. And the government has also deployed more than 22,000 rescue workers to find the more than hundreds of people that are still missing. The death toll, meanwhile, has climbed to more than 160 here in Germany alone. And while the water level is slowly receding, questions are actually also turning to the government's disaster management. And there were actually early warnings that for certain regions here in Germany that torrential rain and flash floods would hit the country last week. So people are wondering if these early warning signs were ignored. And Economy Minister Peter Altmaier, he has now called for a review into possible mistakes in the government's response to this disaster.
Okay, Sibel Karkus, thank you so much for that update from Schuld in Germany.